Hi, I'm Angie Beto, and welcome to Town Talk with Town Square Buzz. We thought that you, our readers, might be interested in hearing what our candidates have to say, since elections are coming up in just a few weeks. So today we're talking with Amy Dankel, who is running for school board. Amy, we are excited to be with you today and are anxious to hear what you have to say about your candidacy. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for coming by.
How did you ever decide, and what made you decide to run for school board?
Well, after being a classroom teacher for 22 years and having my two children go through McKinney ISD, I just really have a passion for our school system here. I felt like I could be some help and my input would be welcome and supported.
So you just jumped right in there and
Jumped
said,
right in.
I'm on board. How long did it take you to come to that decision?
Well, actually, while I was still teaching, I gave it some serious thought. And then when I was home the last couple years while my children graduated, I was very interested in it then, but felt like I needed to get them out of the house onto college so I could focus on the needs of all of our students, not just my own two children.
So you have a background in curriculum instruction.
Yes, I have a master's in curriculum and instruction and an undergraduate, obviously, in teaching also.
So how do you feel that can help you as a member of McKinney ISD School Board?
Well, I think that very few people, I think, actually understand that we have a state mandated curriculum and our teachers are just following that state mandated curriculum. What I think that I have the benefit of understanding, when you add in things, it needs to be for the benefit of all the kids. And we really need to look at academic enrichment. What can we do in McKinney so that our kids are really ready for a global society?
Okay.
I feel like the focus has been for a long time on really comparing our students with neighboring communities or how they did 10 years ago in McKinney or 15 years ago in McKinney. But we have a situation now that we really need to look more nationally and globally for our standards.
So what things do you think as a district we do really well, especially since you were part of the education system right here?
I really feel like we do a great job getting our students started out on the right path. One of the reasons we chose to live in McKinney was when we moved here, they were one of the few school districts that even had all-day kindergarten, and I had a child going into kindergarten. So I think the emphasis really has been on early childhood education, getting all of our kids off to a good start.
Okay.
I think that's a real strength.
And so taking that the other direction, what could we do better as a district when you mentioned a little bit ago serving all the students' needs?
I feel like we really need to focus not so much on having our students pass the tax test, and I realize that they're redoing that and will probably rename it, but really getting them ready for college. When we look at how well our students do on the tax test in high school, but then we compare their scores, say, on the SAT and ACT, we're not seeing a correlation there. And I think we need to really prepare all of our kids for the next step, whether that's a vocation or on to college for a profession.
That's a great segue into my next question, because I wonder sometimes if we fill that void for those kids who may not fit in the box for college prep. So how do you think we do as a district, and what could we offer those kids who might be vocationally bound?
Well, I think that one thing we can do that I feel is in the strategic plan now is more online classes. I think that would fill the gap for kids that really the high school setting isn't for them. They are not going to spend 4 years in high school, and if they have an opportunity to get their high school diploma with some online classes, I think we won't lose those kids. I do feel like we have things available for kids, let's say, that are maybe going into a medical kind of technician
Right.
field. And that seems to be working well. I don't know if we need to do more, say, with our ROTC
Mhm.
to really promote that, have those programs available for our young men and women who are interested in serving. I think, there's like a variety of things we should be looking at.
Okay. Do you support the bond issue that is coming up when you're also up for election? Same day, we'll be voting
Right.
for the $191 million bond issue for our school district. How do you feel about that?
Well, with having 2 kids in out-of-state colleges,
Yes.
our budget here at the Dankel household is very, very tight.
Mhm.
And my first thought was, no more taxes.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? I did then read through it, and I am a huge proponent of technology. And when I read about the technology
Yes.
and the security piece, I feel like I've got to vote for it, because I think those are 2 areas that if you get behind, it's going to have devastating effects. And when I looked at dollar for dollar how much it was really going to cost my family, I thought I would have to vote yes for it. I get that question a lot, and I can certainly understand the people who don't support that, because they really want us to be accountable for all the money that comes in.
Sure. Okay. On that note, let's take a little break, end this segment, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about some of what you feel might be critical issues that our district is facing. Thanks.
Thank you.
Be sure and check back with Town Square Buzz as we continue our conversation with school board candidate Amy Dankel. We hope you'll join us, and don't forget to go out and vote. Early voting begins May 2nd.